I'll read. So, Driftometer update for May 2023. I'll just go through what's happened in May and changes I'm making going forward in June and future plans as well. So if we look at the May figures, which I've just totted up, it's the 3rd of June today. A little bit late again, it just takes a while to get everything together, that's all. You can see we've done a total of £2,313 this month, which I'm quite happy about. I say quite happy because it's actually less than last month, but there's a few reasons for that, which I'll go through as we go through each income source. So we're down £28 on the previous month, which is nothing to write home about, really. I suppose. I mean, looking at those two figures there, 2,340 and 2,313, it's quite a nice monthly salary. Do have to knock off maybe the campsite warden work. I'm still not sure about whether to include that or not, but it is income that I'm currently getting. Well, I'm not travelling around. If for those that don't know, I'm stuck. Well, I'm not stuck, but I'm having like a working holiday on a campsite. So I'm working 20 hours a week, part time on a campsite. So I am here at least 5 days out of 7. I can actually shoot off. I get 2 days off consecutively. I currently get Mondays and Tuesdays off. So I can head back home on those 2 days because it's only 30 miles down the road. If I so wish. Otherwise, I can stay in the area here and just have a couple of days relaxing, walking and stuff in Northumberland. But if I start from the top then, what it does mean for the campsite warden work is I'm not free to sort of roam around the UK or Europe during the 6 months, which is April, May, June, July, August, September. So I finish here at the end of September, so I'm pretty static or stationary until the end of September. So if we go through the, starting with Each Way Sniper, we've had our best month ever. I think if you've been watching my previous videos, rather than go into it in this video, just look at some of my recent videos on Each Way Sniper, and this is, I think I've done a one for the end of the month as well, so you should see more or less that figure. I think it was 944 on the 30th of May, and we lost a bit more on the 31st of May, so it went down to 907. And we've actually had a good start in June as well. So I think one thing is clear to see on here, these numbers. I really do like Each Way Sniper because it's automated. There's not a lot of work you need to do. You can spend like 5-10 minutes a day if you want, as little as that, just running it, and then having a look at the end of the day to make sure everything's been recorded and record your final figures. And if you don't even want to do that, you don't have to do that. You could spend sort of just 5 minutes just running it every morning. I wouldn't recommend running it 24/7. I've heard a few issues where people have put bets on sort of in the early hours, sort of during the night, and they've come a cropper with some of the bookies, Bet365 being one of them. And I would also recommend only using it on gubbed accounts. So probably the sequence of events I'd do is matched betting, which is under Odds Monkey down here, and the ACCA insurance, but I'll come on to that. So if you do match betting, and any accounts that get gubbed, move them onto Each Way Sniper. And it is even worth, I think, running it with a few bookies, Each Way Sniper, because honestly, I haven't had one unprofitable month since November 22. This is obviously just showing the last 5. There's about 13 of us now, sort of me and my pals, mates, running it, and everybody's running at a profit as well. So it just goes to show. Some of them are losing their accounts. One of the 13 just recently had their Bet365 account closed completely. I'm not sure why, because I don't know, there seems to be no rhyme or reason. He wasn't. I mean, I'm placing £2.50 each way bets. 2 or 3 of the lads are placing £7.50 each way bets. And it was a lad who was just placing £1 each way bets on Auto Sniper, and he's had his account shut down. So I don't know if there's something else or whether it is attributed to Each Way Sniper. But at the end of the day, if you're only using gubbed accounts, you can't do much with them in match betting anyway. So that's Each Way Sniper for this month, so really good. Looking forward to hopefully continuing that. I think it has risen because I don't know if I told the story about getting my Bet365 account back. I had two, one for me and one for the missus. They both got gubbed, and then I used them both after being gubbed on Each Way Sniper, and eventually they both got severely stake restricted. So on both accounts I was using 250 each way at different periods of time, and both got what the first one got taken down to could only get 40 or 50 pence each way depending on the odds of the horse. So then I switched that out and used the other account where I was doing 250 each way. That got stake restricted. So I was just doing 40 to 50 pence each way on that one, and then eventually, after about a month or two, I got an email about. It was the time a lot of the lads were getting emails about how Bet365 were concerned of how long you were logged in and using the Bet365 system and how many bets you were putting on. At the same time, about 3 or 4 people got that in the group of 13. I got an email saying that I was credited with a £5 free bet. And I thought, hang on a second, I haven't had a free bet from Bet365 for like about, I think it was 6 or 8 months since they were gubbed. So I quickly I claimed the free bet and then put the free bet on, and actually orbed it as well. So out of the £5 free bet, I think I got about £5.30 or something, or £5.40 return. So I put on a bet that was returning more profit than the free bet was, just to use it basically because I was already gubbed. And then I thought, well, hang on a second, if the consent is that, maybe I'm not gubbed anymore. So I just went in and I switched the accounts back in Auto Sniper, and turns out, lo and behold, I could now again put £2.50 each way on. I think that happened sort of near the end of April. So that's possibly why these figures are a little bit higher, because Bet365 on Each Way Sniper is undoubtedly a nice little earner, as is Sky, but I am restricted with Sky to 50 pence each way, and that hasn't changed. And I've got 2 accounts with them as well, and that hasn't changed. Well, I haven't got 2 accounts, I've got one, and the missus has got one. Let's make that clear. Okay, so on to affiliate marketing, roughly about the same as last month. I still do need to make a video on that, just on what I do and just to help people out if they want to do that. But there is hell of a lot of information on YouTube and stuff and around the net. Just make sure you're not paying for anything would be my advice on that one, because there's so much free information. You don't need to go and pay stupid money to stupid people trying to con you, basically. I'm just being blunt there. But basically all affiliate marketing involves is, so like anybody who signs up to Each Way Sniper using any of my links that I publish, you get a cut each month of the actual, you get like a commission each month of the subs, that kind of thing. I've just set Amazon Associates up as well. So when I'm recommending products, I get a bit of that, but I've only made £4.75 on that so far, because I don't tend to well, at the moment I haven't got anything to promote sort of products as such. I might start doing some of that on a different channel or different media source or something like that, but I haven't really thought about it yet. I just set it up, and just for a few links I've put on different places where people have went on to purchase something from Amazon. You get a small cut, but it is very, very small with Amazon. So moving on to Betting Gods, it's been a really good month for Betting Gods as well. I've put the breakdown here, which I'll do each month. I'm still signed up to 2 tipsters. Now the first number here is the number of points that the tipsters claiming that they've won each month profit wise. So Bookie's Enemy, for example, is saying, right, they've had a 48.14 point profit. I've kept a record of all the bets I've put on. I've only got a 38 point profit, 38.2, but even that means at £5 stakes, which is what I'm currently using, I made £191 profit. So obviously if you're using £1 stakes, £1 bets, that would be £38.20 profit. Bear in mind, I think Bookie's Enemy is £37 a month for his tips. With regards to Premier Greyhound tips, they have advised bets and prices on bets to give them a 12.64 point profit, whereas I've seen 11.12, which is probably the closest I've been, to be honest, and that's £55.60 profit. So the total is 246 something, 246.60, just rounded up to 247 there. So a couple of things I want to mention regarding betting guards. As you can see, I've made a profit every single month I've done it. But I do want to, that's the advantage. Do want to mention a couple of disadvantages. I'm struggling a bit more. Even I think this big gap here is the first thing is you struggle to get, sometimes, not all the time, but you sometimes struggle to get the odds that the the tipsters peddling. So bookies anyway might say, right, he has a tip, and it's especially I'd say it's the case for high odds, so outsiders. So bookies enemy quite often tips quite a few outsiders to for a place or even to win. So they might say, right, here's your tips for tomorrow, and come out at 7 o'clock. If you don't get on them straight away, then you might not get those odds. So for example, you might say, here's the tip for tomorrow, it's 22 to 1. And as soon as you go on, the best price you can get, even if you use like something like Odds Checker, the best price might only be like sort of 16. So you're like losing a lot of money there if it does win. I mean, it doesn't matter if it doesn't win, which is the case with a lot of the outsiders. But when they do win, that's where you lose points. But it can happen if it's just a 5 to 1 and you only get like, say, if it's like 5.0 and you only get like 4.8, 4.6, you're still losing a little bit there if they do win. And that's where that happens. Plus also, the second disadvantage is the time. And if you've got plenty of time on your hands, this isn't an issue, but it's turned into a bit of an issue for me since I've started doing Campsite Warden, because I can't always get on these bets as soon as they're published. I might be busy doing something. I'm not normally Bookie's enemy because that's 7 o'clock at night, so I'm not normally working at that time, unless there's a late check-in on the campsite, and I'm only doing 2 late nights a week, which is Thursday and Saturday, and that's only if there's somebody waiting to check in. Otherwise, I'm sitting in my van myself. But the time it takes to put them on as well, it's manual compared to Auto Sniper, which is just all automated. This here is just manual. So you probably can get anywhere between sort of 2, 3, 4 bets a day for Bookie's enemy, and the Premier Greyhound tips, he only normally does 1 or 2 a day, but that can still add up to about like 6 bets a day you're having to put on. But it is, as you can see, £247 a month is worthwhile, and it's ideal if you have the time to put the bets on as soon as you get them. If you've got the free time to do that, then it's an ideal system to do that. Next one, ACCA Insurance. I think I might have mentioned at the start of May I was going to try and ramp this up and do more in May. That didn't happen, unfortunately. I think I only done about 4 and 2-1. So I've done 4 ACCA Insurances near the start of May, and 2 of those actually won. So I was £65 in profit, 2 lost. So I lost the £10 on those. I think 1 lost and 1 was an insurance where I got a free bet, which gained about £8 odd back. I still want to try and pick that up. It's probably more, well, it is only 5 or 10 minutes a day, so I will probably do it. It's just I never seem to get the time to log on and sit and do it on using Odds Monkey. But I still will try and do a few more to keep it at this level. I wouldn't mind trying to get £100 a month out of it, just to that's what I might actually do enough to get £100 and then just stop if I get that far. It's the 3rd of June now, and I haven't done 1 yet this month, and I know I'm conscious that I said at the start of May I was going to ramp it up and do 1 a day, which you can do. That's the maximum you can do, 1 a day. But I only done 4, which is 4 days without much, which is criminal really, considering again that's been profitable every single month I've done it. But you can see how it's lapsed out. I think I've done more that month. I've done more in April, but I had more losses. Whereas in May I won 2 out of 4, so that's why it's £65. If I'd only won 1 out of 4, it'd probably been about £25 or something like that, or £30. So it's just because I actually won a higher percentage, but I've done less volume wise than the month before. So it is a profitable strategy. And if you just look back on do a search on my previous videos, you'll find a video on ACCA insurance for Ladbrokes. I will try and do a few more. I'll try and get the £100 mark and stop. It's the 3rd of June today. I'll try and stick one on today. The other thing as well is obviously there's a lot less football now because the season's just finished. So you will be betting on obscure games. So I don't know if that'll affect account health or whether lads will just think, oh, well, this guy's bet on football before he's just continuing to bet on football, even though the sort of European seasons are coming to a close. Odds Monkey, that's just betting gets. That's just over and above the £65 I made on lads. That's all the other bookies added up. So that's £89 profit. I think that's boosted by my Bet365 because since I mentioned there, I got one £5 free bet. I've had a few more since. So you can see that last month I didn't do much at all on Odds Monkey, but sorry, in April, not last month. Last month was May. So in May, I had about, on top of the first one I had about 3 or 4 more because you do get quite a few because of all the bets you're putting on in Each Way Sniper. I've got Each Way Sniper set to 25 bets per bookie per day, so potentially I could get up to 25 bets on Bet365 every single day. So they do, as long as they don't close you down, they do sort of reward you with these £5 free bets, which I always make at least sort of £4 off, normally £4.50, £4.70. So that's where that adds up, and a few other offers and betting gets I've been doing. But again, I haven't been going into that wholeheartedly because it's just the time factor. The weather's been nice as well, which I find really problematic. It's like a working holiday. I'm working 20 hours a week and I either do 3 or 4 hours in the morning or 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon. And it doesn't matter when I finish, it's quite nice outside, so I tend to just sit outside, which isn't sort of conducive to sitting with a laptop and doing this kind of stuff, which is why I really love Auto Sniper, to be honest, and affiliate marketing, because affiliate marketing will just probably tick along like that unless people stop using your services or products, and you're not doing any work to get it, basically. All your links are out there. Anybody can find them at any time, so it's like a 24/7 thing. But yeah, the things that are like manual, I'm just not getting around to doing because I'm sitting having a beer in the afternoon, or when I finish, or I'm sitting having a beer outside in the sun at night when I finish, or I'm heading out to the local pub and stuff like that. So probably my own fault. It could be a lot better, but it shouldn't be all work and no play, I suppose. So with regards to moving on to TaskRabbit, I've pulled that completely, not because I don't want to do it. I didn't think it was profitable. I've just pulled it because I haven't got time to do it. I've got 2 days off, like I said, and I tend to, if I go home Monday and Tuesday, I don't really want to be doing sort of work. They're my 2 days off. I can probably do this type of thing, these videos, what I'm doing now, on 2 days off if I want to. I tend to always go out on the Monday and have a nice day out. So I'm doing nothing then. That's because that Monday is kind of my Saturday, and then on the Tuesday I quite often head back up here in the afternoon. If I am away from the site, I'll head up back here in the afternoon, so I'm ready for work on the Wednesday. Exponential Bet, we've had a loss there of £85, so I'm binning this one back down to, I'm not binning it completely, but I'm taking, on the Sure Favourites strategy, the last few months I've been at £2 stakes. I've taken that down to 10 pence, so all 6 strategies now I'm running at 10 pence. And again, if that doesn't make sense, have a look at a few of my exponential bet videos that are out there. I've taken it down to 10 pence for Sure Faves as well, because if it comes up negative in June, I'm just binning it all together. It's not been as profitable as I thought it would be, based on the blurb, so it might be one that's just getting ditched. If it's positive, I'll see if I can get 2 or 3 positives in a row, but it's not looking likely, based on we've only had that one positive so far. Dog lay forecast. If you were watching the videos, which I've kind of abruptly stopped, I ditched that at the start of May because we had such a bad run all of a sudden at the start of May on the green tracks. And again, you'll have to watch the videos. Hopefully everybody's been watching my videos because they'll understand what this video is all about when I'm talking terminology. But yeah, ditch the green tracks, so this is just the reds. So on the reds I've changed it to, and I might do a video on this shortly because they are looking okay, but they only run at 1p stakes. So on the red tracks I'm running 1p stakes, and I'm pausing them if they get 3 consecutive losses, because 3 consecutive losses is something I'm happy to lose. I think I lost Swindon near the start of the month, which was a £5 negative. And then I've just lost one more, and I can't remember who it was. And that, it was Sheffield, but that was recently. That was near the end of May, and that ended up with a £1.53 loss or something like that. So in total, they're about £6 down. But then all the others have made, on average, I'd say a good pound or more, which is about sort of 10 tracks. No, it'll be more than that. It'll be about 16, 17 tracks. But anyway, the total profit is running at £10 just for those red ones. I did lose a bit on the green ones, which isn't on here, which should be really, but I haven't added that up. But it didn't take long for me to pull it because they were just going crackers. They were just, compared to like March and April when we weren't losing much at all, we just had a really bad streak. In fact, I think it started at the end of April because that 271 was actually higher before it dropped. And then I think I lost 1 or 2 more maybe in May, so I've just binned that for now, or maybe for good, I don't know. I need to get some time to have a look at it again. So that's where we're at. But what I want to do going forward in June is try and find a couple more strategies or incomes to go in to fill up a few of these, and because I'm conscious that some of these are running out of time. Obviously, TaskRabbit's finished for now until the end of September while I'm doing the manual work on the campsite. Exponential Bet looks like it's definitely on its way out. I mean, we're running at a £119 loss for the year on that one. So I can't see that recovering. And the Betfair trading, I probably want to try and, it's the only one I've got on here, I want to try and pick up a few of them. I know it's hard to find something that constantly wins automated anyway. I want to try and find a few other things, not necessarily gambling, because I'm conscious as well that I've got a lot of sort of gambling stuff on here, which obviously if I've got any viewers who aren't into the gambling, then there's not much on here for you at the moment. So I want to try and find some other income sources that be profitable, that don't take up too much of my time. Obviously I might be looking for hen's teeth there, but that's the plan anyway. Okay, so that's a summary for May. You can see I'm £28 down, which really consists of losing. Well, we actually gained money on Each Way Sniper. We gained quite a bit on Betting Gods compared to the previous month, but then we and the lost our big ones were TaskRabbit and the Betfair trading, because obviously that's a big difference there. That's quite a big difference. That's also a big difference. So those bottom 3 are a lot lower incomes than they were the previous month. But that has been balanced out by Each Way Sniper and Betting Gods. Okay, so that's a summary. Hope you've enjoyed that. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers now. Bye.